Hello traders, welcome. Today is September 21st. Welcome to another episode of Ripster's Charts and Price Action. This is my new series that I'm starting where we will analyze various market charts, different sectors, indices and other derivatives, trying to understand where is market heading to, what is ahead of us, and analyzing the risk profile in the market. And we will try to see any opportunities that lie in various sectors, the stocks, mega caps, fangs, small caps, growth, and other sectors. So basically a deep dive into the overall market health so that we can make some knowledgeable decisions on our investing and trading. But it's not a financial advice, it's just all for educational purposes. I just want to put the disclaimer in. But anyways, so I would be doing this market analysis, just it's not fully developed yet, so I'm just going through few charts and few sectors, and as we go, as we develop this this series more, and I develop more my tools, then we'll be diving deeper into this market analysis. So at the end of it, I will do the daily recap, how the day went, how we nailed the short in the power hour, how we got chopped up in the morning, and how we found some midday trades. So I will talk about that as well. So covering two things today in this episode. If you are only interested in the day trade recaps, you can move ahead from the link below. Otherwise, if you want to watch my market analysis, you can stick around. All right, guys. So today, another bloodbath day. It was kind of expected. I shared a SPY chart yesterday. Let me show what I mentioned yesterday and how did market respond. So S&P, yesterday we talked about how the S&P was hanging at the 442 level that it gave up yesterday, and how it was under 50 EMA cloud. So once it's under the 50 EMAs, that's a bearish bias. And my next support levels were 437, 433, and that's what we broke today. We talked about VIX 15, which was a key today, and US dollar, which was strong, which we'll talk about in a minute. So US dollar is right now inversely how the market works. If US dollar is up, market is down. In simple languages, I won't go in detail. Same for VIX inverse of the market. VIX and SPY is my strategy that I've been using for years, teaching for years. You can use it for investment, swing trading, day trading. That strategy is amazing. So that was yesterday, SPY. So let's see what happened today. So today SPY was down 1.65%. IWM down 1.55%, Dow Jones down 1%. Semiconductors are down another 2% today, so I'm just going to focus on those. 10-year yields going crazy. You know, we often talk about how the yields are trading inverse to the market, and they broke out. So there's a breakout on the yield, which put pressure on the market right now. Of course, this is after the Powell speech yesterday, and we are seeing after effects of that. You know, we don't have to guess what's going to do. We just have to analyze the charts and see where we are going from here. So let's talk about SPY. So as you see, it broke that 50 EMA, which was a big bearish move, and then it came down off this level of 442, and then it faded down under today. So why the gap down today? Gap down was just in the continuation of yesterday and the spike in VIX, which actually is moving towards a breakout at 18. If you see here, moving towards a breakout of 18. So VIX was up after our pre-market, and that's why we faded a little more there. So what this means is we are still not out of blue. We can still see more selling here. I would not try to catch any of the the names. If we just look at the semiconductor sector today, Nvidia led the selling. Most of the selling was done in the pre-market, and then they did not fade that much. So that was notable today. While SPY was really breaking down in the end, and QQQ broke down in the end. the large caps, fangs, they which had already given most of their profits, most of their the price from yesterday in the pre-market, they did not sell off that much. So that was the semiconductors today. So looking at SPY, we have some support here at 430 area, and under that 430 area we will be looking at 426. So very important tomorrow to see what happens. Does it find a support at 420, 430, or it fades there? VIX and US dollar will tell us what it's going to be. US dollar is still in the trend, 10-year is still in the trend. If 10-year keeps pushing, we will have more pressure on the market. But what I'm primarily looking at is VIX. VIX is going to a big level of 18. You can see last time it ran to 18, then rejects. So these are the levels which we are watching tomorrow on the VIX. It's very possible that we gap down big and then, big swipe back up. If VIX goes to 17, 18, rejects the 18, and then market bounces all day, very possible. But if VIX gets over 18 tomorrow, or it holds this 1750 level tomorrow, then we have to be cautious. There's still more downside on the market if that happens. So today's close of 431 will be important level for us as well tomorrow. So let's look at IWM, the Russell 2000 ETF. So this is basically the most of the mid caps in the market, or the stocks with which are growing. Let's see what. Surprisingly, SMCI is listed in right now is in IWM, and it's also in I put it in SMH as well, semiconductors. So you see we had this head and shoulders which I posted yesterday on my feed. So if you see yesterday we talked about this mid caps, this head and shoulder which gave up, and today I was expecting it fade under this 179 level, and that's what happened. Started to break down right at the morning and further flush. I don't think it's done. It should fill the gap here. So it should fill the gap right somewhere here on IWM. It's a good trading vehicle, but what it is doing is it affecting lot. This is a risk on environment. It's not an environment to swing mid caps right now. Let it base, right? I wouldn't chase right now. I will give it few days, a week, I don't know. So usually the September is the weakest month of the year, and that's what we are seeing happening, and that's what it's going on right now. So this is IWM really going down. I just want to quickly look at the solar names. So solar names, ENPH, which we are swinging right now, is the only one green today, and CSIQ or DQ, which is green, and then there's some another one. So, but my focus is mainly these top ones: ENPH, DQ, CSIQ. Keeping eye on solar because I think the money would rotate into them soon. So this is kind of the market analysis I want to do. I want to keep eye on all the sectors on the stock, and when something is ready to swing and invest, we do it. We analyze it, we find a risk reward price level, and we take the trade. So that's the reasoning. So I have been long on ENPH for a while now. It's been up 5% since our entry. So we'll keep eyes on that. Semiconductors are all red right now. So let's look at this SMH chart. So looks like more weakness. I wouldn't chase any semiconductors yet. Nvidia, we'll look at a Nvidia chart in a bit. If we look at Nvidia, so there's a still room to 400. Maybe we push down to 400 tomorrow and the market bounces and it shows us a 3-tier bounce from this level. We don't know what we don't know, but we can just be ready for what market does. So we'll see if Nvidia gives us that bounce or a fade, but we will ready either way. So 1, 2, 3, and if you see, this Nvidia was a resistance here in this zone. So Nvidia has that resistance zone, pull back the buy zone. So very important level 400 guys for Nvidia, so watch it. Overall semiconductor is still heavy. If we look at the semiconductors, Taiwan Semiconductors, AVGO, which kind of bounced today, we keep eyes on AVGO for bounce guys. AMD has been very heavy today. It has been very heavy. It was a short under 100. It was basically a swing short under 100. Once this breaks, right, so it's swing short under 100 and it's still in a channel. We'll see where this channel of AMD, does it hold this channel right here at 94. So we'll see if AMD comes down, hold this channel at 94, and then we'll decide. So similarly, there was Intel. Yeah, Intel, some bullish news today, but Intel still has room to 34 area. So anyways, that was so let's look at individual names today. Don't want to take too much time. This is just an introductory market analysis video. If you guys like it, it's my first video on the market analysis, so I have to work on the structure and how to provide the information in a most efficient structure way in upcoming videos. So any feedback, just give it to me and I will work on that, and so that the next videos on market analysis is much better. So so this is just a short video, but I will go through the other names here. So SPY we already discussed as the levels. Let's look at QQQ. QQQ also the same thing guys, under the 50 EMA today, gap down. Next level of support is 354 and 350 psych level. Again, we will focus on how the VIX, remember, if the VIX pushes out of 18, we can very well pull tomorrow to 350. If it gaps down, if we gap down to support tomorrow 350, maybe we find some kind of support here in somewhere here. We'll see. We don't know yet, but we know this area is kind of the support zone. We are definitely not ready to swing positions right now. Yeah, maybe for a trade if we hit there, but definitely bearish mode, risk on in QQQ as well. And semiconductor is leading there. We already discussed IWM. IWF is nothing but IWF is basically guys the growth ETF, the companies which are growing fast. So that is the growth ETF. That's lagging as well, same as QQQ. Okay, let's just quickly look at Apple. Pretty bad closing on Apple, guys. Pretty bad closing. Even Apple is telling me that it can pull back further to 172. If I'm an investor, I would not be trying to buy here. Although I can see some. Let me see. Okay, let me see. I can see some support here, right? You can see some support here, 174 area, but it has been tested already 4 times. So I don't know, maybe if we gap down tomorrow, maybe at 172s, 170s, and it bounces back, right? Eventually, where there has to be a relief bounce. So we know these levels. So 172, 174. We didn't gap down too much right now. We'll see. So that's Apple, guys. We'll watch that. Still in bearish mode. Microsoft was relatively strong today, showing an indecision candle. So we have our clear levels of open and close on Microsoft. Microsoft was opened at 319. Microsoft closed at 319.53, opened at 319.26. So we will have, if it opens tomorrow under 319.50, then it can test the lower level. So there's a big resistance here at 319.50 level. So pretty clear levels for tomorrow on Microsoft. 311 is the support. So maybe another pull tomorrow here, and we base around that level. But right now it's a bearish to neutral for tomorrow. Not ready yet for a swing or investment trade right now. Nvidia, Netflix tried to bounce today. It failed heavy into this resistance. You can see this resistance, this area. This candle closed at has 398 highs, 398 highs again at that rejection. So as long as Nvidia keeps Netflix keeps rejecting 398, it's hard for it to get over. The last breakout was from this area of 371. So we ideally we need this zone we need to hold, or another fail on the market, Nvidia can break 380s and can go further down. So definitely not a time yet to jump in Netflix. I don't know why I keep saying Nvidia, sorry guys. So these are the levels you need to watch on. So then here goes Nvidia, we already discussed these 3 points. AMD, we already discussed it. Let's look at Meta. Meta is same thing as Microsoft, right? Nice tight highs and lows. Let's see what were highs and lows there. So this doji candle we are seeing, so basically open and close flat, opened at 295.70, closed at 295.73. So we have clear levels for tomorrow. We can still pull back to 292, this support area. If if Meta breaks, can still pull down. See how it was unable to reclaim this 3450 EMA. So for me, that is still a little indecision, but there is some support here at 392. So I am kind of neutral to bearish bias right now. So there is some support. This is showing me another thing, that if we flush gap down, market VIX fades at 18, maybe we get a bounce here. And definitely I don't see any setup right now for like long investment unless it bases at 290. We will see how it pans out tomorrow. Google, I was swinging short today, was very heavy. It's all about 130 level, guys. Clear level at 130. If it's breaking down under 50 EMA today, breaking down under 50 EMA. Tomorrow it has to get over 131.50 for a bullish bias. Otherwise, if it breaks 130, it has room to 128 and lower. So I'm gonna set some price alerts so I know that in my community. So Amazon finally broke that channel and 50 EMA. So that is why you are seeing this price action, because it gave up this channel and then it gave us this 50 EMA. There's a big gap there. Remember, all these gaps will provide us good trading opportunity, guys. So next level on today I was watching this 130. Next level on Amazon is let's see. So there is a room till 127. Definitely don't try to jump in any swing trade right now. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just telling that chart tells me that it's not ready technically to take a position, but this area of the interest, support resistance, support resistance, support resistance, if I see a consolidation here, we will get back. But on a bigger time frame, it broke 20 EMA, it broke let's see, 1 second, yeah, it gave up 20 EMA, gave up 50 EMA. So that's a bearish mode right now. We can still go lower. That's what I see right now. Like if you see how it was riding the EMAs, 20 EMAs all the way till up, it gave up 20 EMA but never gave 50 EMA. It's the first time that Amazon gave up 50 EMA since March of this year, guys. So yeah. All right, let's talk about Tesla. So Tesla basically gave up that big push we had on whoever, Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley, put out that bullish note. So Tesla has support at 252 and 250. That's what I will be watching. If tomorrow it rejects this 20 EMA at 259, and then there is 252 support. So this range, Tesla can definitely pull back. Tomorrow, these today's open and close will be important. So not as bad as other stocks, guys. Tesla is still relatively okay. Today its ATR traded was 6, it did not trade the full range today, so maybe tomorrow it trades the range, so it does head room to 250 tomorrow if it breaks this 252 level. Otherwise we're looking to long it if it holds today's close price. All right guys, this is the starting episode of market analysis. Hope this helped. I will post all the charts on my Twitter, and I will in our community as well. And then now I'm going to go for our quick trade recaps for today. It's going to be small. I'm just going to be very quick today on that. So if you are interested to see how we nailed today, we were barely green today, guys, barely green. But the good thing is nobody in the room was really who lost, right? Any other day people would have chopped, but in my community, my students, my followers, they understand my lessons. So it's very important for you guys to listen how we managed today, how we managed to preserve the capital today, and how we hit some nice trades into the close, even though we lost a little bit in the morning chop. So all right guys, let's go to our daily recaps. So what was the setup today? The market personality was gap down, right? So either we were looking at a gap down bounce or we were looking at a gap down short. The problem today was there was not clear upper levels. There were some support levels like this 430, 450 on QQQ and on SPY, and there was this support level of 350, 960 on QQQ. So we were ready in the market, but this morning I did not prepare any levels. Reason being, when you are flushing like this, straight down, there is no price discovery in the pre-market. So I cannot confidently build any pre-market levels. Any levels I had were so far away that they were of no use, right? So only level I could use was my EMA Clouds and the pre-market support. So we did some, remember one thing, what does my rule say? Bearish day. Never today was any setup an A plus setup. Never. None of it was A plus setup. And I say it again and again that what is an A plus setup, what is a B minus setup. Today there was no A plus setup. Yes, we tried to bounce the market with the defined risk, right? We tried to bounce the market, right? It moved a little bit. A little bit, but then it faded back, right? So and then broke back, and we stopped out when one of our B minus long setup, right? And then we tried to long as well, but long was heavy too. So we just had to wait. And we, at the end of the day is when we hit SPY short. I have it all time stamped here that I can show you, and let me see. So I'll go through that as well. But the other thing is, today was our wick strategy. My wick strategy that I teach you guys again and again. If you followed my wick strategy, you did make money at the end of the day. Other thing I want to teach it, look at the EMA Cloud System. You see this rejection, 1, 2, 3, SPY, 1, 2, 3, SPY, rejection. I was on the voice, I was guiding on this trade. I will show you all day. And this was a fade from 434 to 433, and when it broke 433, that was the trade that we took, and we made money end of the day, closing day. So it's a full guide, my full guidance. I can so end of the day. So let's see. Yeah, so my price alerts were starting hitting end of the day. 230 they started to hit. I said look for more shorts. Then QQQ started to break. Bear flag breakdown, look for the more shorts, right? And we covered everything end of the day. The point was VIX moved from 16 to 17 and 1750, and that's how we short. This move corresponds to this move. Simple strategy, simple risk, repeatable setup. As long as trend is down, you stay short. We tried to bounce few names. We did bounce few names. I will show you, but they were B minus setups. The point is, it was a bearish trend all day. And when the VIX really broke out of here, you can see these VIX breakout alerts going in, VIX breakouts alert going in, VIX breakout alerts. Everybody in my community, my students, my followers who I teach, they know. Even I expect many of you who have been watching my videos to go short SPY on this VIX breakout. We got chopped most of these days. I even tried this breakdown, but I got chopped. We lost some money and I left it. But when this hit, I gained most of my money back, as you see my comments, right? So look at this, VIX breaking out, power hour push, SPY tomorrow 433 puts pulling nicely, and then Jay was coming in with his institutional flow. So you can see, you see this here, EMA cloud reject, EMA cloud reject. The system is telling you that it's rejecting 3 candles that rejected there. So that's how we nailed end of the day SPY puts, and we came out really green. Okay, let me go back to the morning trades. I want to show you few trades which were the winning trades. AVGO, Tesla were our winning trades. We lost in the morning in the SPY and QQQ chop. Our watch list was ready. There was not much. We were focusing on market plays. Although AVGO was on our watch, FedEx was on our watch. FedEx 260 level was the key today. It was kind of a scratch trade. So FedEx 260 was the key. If it breaks, then it will gap fill. The resistance is 266, 264. If EMA long hold, I will look to long. Neutral bias based upon the market. And it did break out. It did break out from my 264 level. We did make some money at 268. I barely took some off, but it was a profitable 4-point trade. And then when it came down, I logged what I was left because I saw this breaking EMA cloud and I was out. But then it started bouncing. As soon as this happened, I knew it's a short, and I said we short it on the pops. And then it gave a short, but not much. It bounced from 259. So overall, a scratch trade for us. And remember, first push 10 a.m. If closer to the EMA you buy in the morning, you are safe. Further you buy, it's dangerous. Anyways, AVGO was a big trade for us today. AVGO, I've been talking about AVGO all morning. AVGO all morning was a long for us, and then it was the news that Google is not going to use AVGO, and I think Jim Cramer said they will use. I don't care, but I did realize that AVGO is such a big company. I mean, it's not going to lose all of its market cap just because of some rumor. That's why I was watching AVGO pre-market support 765. When it started to push, I talked about 790. 790 risk here, 790 risk here. All day AVGO is still in trend. Then AVGO news all day in the trend. The first trade was from 795s to 808. Then I sold some. When it started pulling back, I sold everything. Then the news hit. Our news bot said no, the Google is going to stay with AVGO, or whatever the news was, and I got back in AVGO. And then back got AVGO from 804, my 818, 820 target, and I hit my target to 822. At the end of the day, when it broke 512, I was completely out. So AVGO was one of the profitable trade middle of the day. Guys, then we did some, then we did some reversal trades. Here's important thing to note, right? So when market was doing this, right? So market was doing this. Let's look at Tesla. So we look at Tesla, right? So we were long on Tesla based on it was a B minus setup. I want everyone to understand, if I'm trying to long my strategy, my risk profile, if I'm trying to long Tesla, my risk is the pre-market lows. It's a B minus setup. If I'm longing the market, it's a B minus setup, guys. Against the trend is B minus setup. So I size small, I understand the risk. So anyways, so these were our few of our reversal trade, guys. So on Tesla, right? So Tesla, when I saw this hammer candle, hopefully you guys can see it, or I can just 1 second. If you see this, you see this hammer candle. When I saw that and it getting back over this 255, that's what made me interest in Tesla, that we can long it. So I started a small size long on Tesla based upon that, and we held it. So Tesla hold longs, we just need this 3450 push. Winner was on the Tesla, and from that 256 entry we got right move into 260, 262 trade on Tesla. logged half Tesla, will hold rest. And similarly, when the Google was, I was on the voice, I was talking about Google trade. 130 was key. I was talking about Google levels. Here you see, Google watched the 130 level to hold. Where did Google bounce from? 130 level. 130, that's where it bounced. I didn't take the trade there, but later in the day when market was bouncing, there was a time when market pushed from the support, and that's when we took these reversal trades. B minus small scalp trades, nothing special, right? Nothing special, not big profits. So this was the move, was risk was on the Google. So we did kind of those small trades middle of the day. All my guidance is there. We had FedEx scratch. We had loss in the SPY QQQ in the morning, but AVGO gave us nice. I was also trading Nvidia this morning initially, but the Nvidia gave up, so I had to cut that as well. And then end of the day was Nvidia was the short. I think I was talking on a trading floor about Nvidia. Yeah. So that risk was 411. Today it was all about this pre-market levels, guys. Pre-market levels. It did push enough, but it never gave a convincing, never reclaimed the EMA clouds. So had to cut those longs, take the profit, understand the market profile. If it's not turning bullish, you have to get out, right? So let's see if what else we did today. AVGO and the shorts and the end of the day is what saved our day. I was bearish bias on Cisco, but I did not focus on it, even though it faded after the bounce. You can see bearish to neutral bounce. Microsoft was relative strength today. The support I gave was 318. It reclaimed the 318. B minus setup. I didn't take that trade. Some people were in that. Definitely it was a tough morning, guys, because this is, if I go back, look at my journal, these kind of setups where the gap down doesn't have a clear level, I am not really confident about many plays, right? If it was not for AVGO or the flush on the market in the end of the day, this was probably a big red day, Yeah. So that was it, guys. So it was all about SPY flush in the close, and then some mid of the day reversal trades on Tesla and Google, losses in the morning on the FedEx scratch and SPY QQQ, Nvidia. Alright, guys, hope you liked today's episode. Hope you liked market analysis. I would be back. See you guys tomorrow. You want to trade with us, come join my community. We will keep eyes on the market, and now we are also implementing a lot of new things into our community, like market analysis and everything, so that we provide all the value. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.